So it's funny when people see me show up at a lunch or dinner and I'm eating and Joel isn't. In fact, we've been to some formal dinners and I'm sitting there with a plate full of food and Joel is sitting there with an empty plate and maybe a little glass of wine or vino or a little soda, bubbly water like just regular plain water or with bubbles. And 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 I eat 2 meals a day. So does Joel. I eat at noon and I eat at about 6 or 7 o'clock because I'm a social person and I love to sit down with people and I love to have a social lunch and engage or dinner. Joel, by contrast, eats um, in the afternoon around 4 p.m. and then about midnight just before he goes to bed. So he has the quiet evening to study. That's why he gives me a massage first. I go to sleep, he studies, and so on. But the reason that we eat 2 meals a day, leaving breakfast for just a cup of coffee or tea, and I'll have a little tablespoon of coconut oil. But the reason why we eat only 2 meals a day within an 8 hour period is why?
Well, is see, in a general way, you always have to go back to Mama,
Mother Nature.
Mother Nature, because she did the grand design. So it's kind of like, say, is kind of like, let's say Pedro goes and buys a lawnmower. Well, how do you use it? What's the design? What's the best way? Well, here we are. Well, what's the best way to kind of use this? And
There's
the
no
cat,
no instruction manual for the human,
right,
but you have an instruction manual for the lawnmower.
right. So more and more we're learning about the instruction manual of ourselves. And in short, is that you can go for a long period of time. Remember Alexia said that fats are so important. Fats permit you to go the distance. And when you go that distance there, the longer you go, the more you turn on the longevity genes. The longer you go, the more you keep that insulin down and prevent that metabolic syndrome. So you want to go the distance there, but still have 2 good meals a day. So the magic number, if you could do it, is if you could have 2 great meals a day,
Right.
but between 2 meals, keep 16 hours of not eating, then you're getting the best of both worlds. You're enjoying the food, but you're turning on those longevity genes, and it's the fat which permits you to go the distance because that gives you a feeling of fullness or satiety. That's the catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more about that because that idea of putting 2 meals close together and then basically you're getting a 16-hour fast every single day in which the body does its own house cleaning. It cleans up things, it gives you the health and vitality that we share. So thanks for sharing the Alexia and Joel show, and we'll be back with you again soon.